up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over the top running backs in college football 25 Ultimate Team and ranking them on a tier list from S to F tier. Now, we've got 22 different running backs. I stopped at the 88 overalls. So if you're using an 87 overall or lower running back, that's fine. Some important stats I would try to think about if I'm you guys are like speed. Again, look if you like spin, juke, or, trucking, those types of things. That's what I personally would look at if I were you guys today. Now, again, as we do dive into this, please smash that subscribe button. Really do appreciate all of the recent support on the channel. Let's start off with Antonio Brown. As we dive in and talk about all of these cards, I'm going to look specifically about what they look like on CFB Fan as well. So with Antonio Brown, looking at a card with 88 speed, 90 acceleration, solid carrying, solid trekking. There's more goods than bads with Antonio Brown. The one thing about it is like his spin move, juke move isn't going to be great. And so, if you're a guy that likes to, get out in the open field, spin move, juke move, instead of more of the trucking back, Antonio Brown's probably not your guy. I think C tier is the right option though. 88 speed, 90 acceleration is pretty solid. Ashton Jeanty as well. Different back for sure with Ashton Jeanty. He's going to be more of a pass catcher out of the backfield. Going to be more of, the elusive, decent juke, decent spin. Still not great. But his trucking's fine as well. He's more of like a balanced back. The best part about Ashton Jeanty is his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. That's the one thing he's going to give you that is going to be a lot better than a lot of other guys that are going to be on this tier list. Does it make him perfect? I mean, no, he still does lack a little bit of that elusiveness. The speed acceleration isn't, or the acceleration isn't as high as Antonio Brown either. Bijan Robinson up next. I think he's better than both of the cards that we have just talked about. Why? Because when you talk about complete cards in the game, I'm just of the belief that Robinson is a more complete back than the other two cards. Catching at an 80, which is high. Good carrying, good spin, good juke, great trucking, decent speed, decent acceleration. I just think he's a slightly more complete back than Brown, than Jeanty. That's why I'm putting Bijan Robinson at B tier. Donovan Edwards, he's a complete back as well. And I feel like when Donovan Edwards first came out in this game, I didn't know how good the card truly would be. But again, as time has went on, Donovan Edwards has gained some credibility in my eyes. 85 catching, same as Jeanty. 88 speed, 88 acceleration. Good truck, great break tackle, good spin, good juke. It's one of those things. He's like a better Ashton Jeanty in my opinion. Like that's the way I think of Donovan Edwards. I think both these cards are better than both of these cards by a slight margin, but I do think they are. D'Anthony Thomas up next. I think because of the speed of D'Anthony Thomas, he's got to go at S tier. I'm not saying the card's perfect, but because of that 91 speed and 90 acceleration, I think he's got to go at S tier. But there's going to be one reason that I've got this card at A tier. And I want you guys to just be patient with me because he's at A tier. I might move Robinson and Edwards down. I'm going to have to move these guys down to B tier just because we've got a lot of good backs coming up. DJ Giddens, I'm just not the biggest fan of. I feel like he's just another one of these backs. 88 speed, 86 acceleration. Like, yes, his spin juke is slightly better than Antonio Brown, but I just think he's a less acceleration than a guy like Antonio Brown. So for me, I'm putting Giddens at D tier. I don't hate the card, but I think that's where he belongs. Jarquez Hunter, I've got to go A tier. Here's the exact reason why I can't put D'Anthony Thomas at S tier. Because Jarquez Hunter has the same speed as D'Anthony Thomas. He's got way better trucking. Sure, his juke move, spin move isn't going to be as good. But I think Jarquez Hunter, whose price is going to continue to go down because of the rising the ranks players, he is going to go at A tier. One of the best backs we have in the game. Caleb Johnson, probably going to be your only S tier running back. Now, with that being said, I would not buy Caleb Johnson until his price comes down, which will be on Friday. 91 speed, 91 acceleration, good spin, great juke, good trucking. The most complete running back on this game. It's not really even close. I would wait until Friday if you do want Caleb Johnson. We might get more running backs before then. There are any running backs that come out today on Wednesday's drop. They're not going to be featured in this video either. Quinshon Judkins, the perfect B tier running back. He's better than Bijan Robinson. He's better than Donovan Edwards. Here's the thing for Judkins. He's got the 89 speed, 89 acceleration, good spin, good juke, good trucking. To me, he's just slightly better than those other guys. mainly just because of that speed. Like, if it wasn't for the speed rating, I wouldn't be that high on Judkins compared to Robinson, compared to Edwards. But he does those things better, has a great animations. B tier for Judkins. 91 overall, Kenneth Walker. He might be your second best back in the game. I really do like Kenneth Walker in this game. The thing about him is 90 speed, 89 carrying, good spin, good juke, great, or not great spin, but good juke, good trucking, does a lot of things. I do believe that the 91 is an A tier running back. Now, for the other Kenneth Walkers that I did include on this list, let's talk about it. This 89 Kenneth Walker isn't nearly as good. Only 88 speed. He's not bad, but not nearly as good. The 88 Kenneth Walker is going to go F tier on this list. The card just gets worse and worse. He's still not horrible. Like, I mean, this card, I guess, still, he still could maybe be C tier. I'm going to still put him at C tier in this one. I guess I got to go F tier. It's just really tough to after looking at the downgrade from the 91 to the 89, really hyping up the card. Especially when you're comparing like the 88 Kenneth Walker to the 88 Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch's 88 overall is way better. He's faster. He's got good trucking. The 88 overall Marshawn Lynch is better than the 88 Kenneth Walker. Now, the 90 overall Marshawn Lynch is an A tier caliber running back. And nobody, I guess, I shouldn't say nobody anymore. But for a while, nobody was running Marshawn Lynch because the card was crazy expensive. 90 speed, great trucking, decent spin, decent juke. To me, he is an A tier running back, though. Like, he is still to this day A tier running back. Has lost a lot of that value. Under, 150,000 coins isn't the worst. Martrell Johnson Jr. up next. And honestly, I don't know if I've ever played against this card. 87 speed, 88 acceleration, decent trucking, spin move, juke move, not great. This card's really not good. I'm going to throw him at F tier. I don't like the card. Mullings, I think, is F tier as well. And I know, he might be appetizing. Well, he's easy to get. And for beginners, he's fine. But the card doesn't do anything well. Spin move, juke move stinks. His catching stinks. His truck stinks. This Mullings card is dirt. Jadenot, I ran the card for a while. Good power. But look at this space, the speed on this Jadenot card. 84 speed. I mean, you simply cannot play Jadenot with that 84 speed. You can't. He's F tier. 88 Ricky Williams is a card I really like. I'm throwing him at B tier. You can hate me if you want, but there are limited running backs, and I've said this before, that I like more than this card. You talk about complete running backs. To me, he's a better Bijan Robinson. He's a better Donovan Edwards. 88 speed. Great spin. Good juke. The best animations probably in the game. Can truck as well. Great break tackle. Ricky Williams to me is B tier. Nobody's convincing me otherwise. Ruben Owens, when the card came out, I didn't hate him. And I'll talk about why. But at this stage, it's just tough. 88 speed, 87 acceleration, solid carrying, solid truck. I just think, to me, a guy like Antonio Brown is just better than Ruben Owens. Side by side, I think that's where they belong. CJ Spiller up next. Let's look at the 88 Spiller first, and then we'll dive into the better CJ Spiller. 88 Spiller, 88 speed, solid spin, solid juke, trucking, not great. Thing about it is, though, 88 speed, 89 acceleration, really solid. 90 overall CJ Spiller is a beast in this game, especially if you don't necessarily love the power backs. That's where CJ Spiller is going to be his best. I'm a believer CJ Spiller is just as good as DeAnthony Thomas. He's just going to be a cheaper option than a guy like DeAnthony Thomas. So take that for what it's worth. That's my opinion on the two cards and where I am at with them. Taj Brooks up last. I know a lot of people are going to be upset because Taj Brooks' speed is not ideal. However, he's got great carrying. He's got a solid juke move, 93 trucking, which is the highest in the game. At the goal line is basically indefendable. To me, if he fits your play style, he's got to go A tier. Because at the end of the day, he's got 85 catching as well. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's the best power back in the entire game, outside of Caleb Johnson. I think Taj Brooks got to be A tier. Has to be. I don't necessarily love his speed in 88 for the 91 overall, but I think that's where he has to be. That's going to wrap it up for our running back tier list today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Who was I too high on? Who was I too low on? Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.